They finally got P. Diddy. As he was returning back from London, the feds stopped him. They said that they had the warrant. They want to be able to search through and find the surveillance footage from his mansion that they finally got P. Diddy. As he was returning back from London, the feds stopped him. They said that they had the warrant. They want to be able to search through and find the surveillance footage from his mansion that ties him to doing the issues with Cassie. And the Tupac witnesses, they spoke to Sugeknight and 50 Cent, and they got the story straight. If you guys are supporting and trying to get the justice for everybody, including Tupac, Kim Porter, Biggie Smalls, and the list goes on and on, you gotta at least comment 222 in the comment section, like the video, and subscribe to the channel, because now the trial's about to come. They're gonna figure out, did he do it, did he not do it? Everybody's going to the grand jury trial in New York, and they're about to settle this. The DA, at first they didn't really want to have to do it, but after 10 victims stepped forward, and after Keefe already presented the facts about how Diddy did do the Tupac, then they had no choice but to go after him, because they know the feds are going to come soon, and before the feds hit him with the RICO, they have to finish out all of the stuff with the old exes and the relationships and the Columbus Short and the TD Jakes and all these people coming forward. And now that this is all happening, all eyes are on Diddy. Everybody is nail biting on the edge of their seat, trying to figure out what's going to happen. Are they going to throw him 50 years? Does he deserve what he's getting? A lot of people say this is karma. A lot of people say the ghost of Tupac, the ghost of Kim Porter, the ghost of Biggie, they looking down right now, and they telling Diddy, I told you we gonna get you for this. I told you you ain't gonna get away with this. And this is really what's going on, man. And there's a lot more updates to come out. They're about to speak on this, and I'm gonna present to you everything that's happening in the details. Just make sure you stay subscribed to the channel. Keefe, he's gonna end up telling the whole entire thing, and he's gonna end up sending P. Diddy away for a long time, because he's not gonna go down for it when it was P. Diddy's plan, and P. Diddy was the person who ended up like paying the money, and it didn't get to the guy. And so that's why he's gonna tell on him, is because he's still salty from the point that he actually did the thing, he didn't get the payment, and now the feds are coming after him with this whole entire RICO, and he's not trying to go down for it alone. Now they're gonna find out exactly what P. Diddy did with Kim Porter, Cassie, Tupac, Biggie Smalls, and everybody else that's in this whole mix. If you guys want to get the justice for everybody, comment down below, put the 222s, like this video, subscribe to the channel, because the justice for Tupac, Biggie, and Kim Porter, it's really about to happen right now, because this is a critical moment in the step where they got Keefe to flip and join the Fed side. Now he's going to end up giving more information leading to the capture of P. Diddy, because the Fed, they've been looking at this thing for a few months now. They've been drawing everything, putting the dots together. They put 2 and 2 together and figured out that since P. Diddy's the head of this whole entire thing, they're going to take him down in the RICO, and they're going to make sure that they get justice for Tupac and Biggie, because they know they have the guys now, they have the witness, they have the people who were afraid to come forward all them years ago, who Greg Kading was trying to talk to. All them investigators, they've been trying to talk to the same people for a long time, but now they got a hold of the 2 most important ones, Gene Deal and Keefe. Keefe D's the guy who actually was a part of the whole finding Tupac. They were supposed to get paid for that. He's gonna tell, because he's the last remaining suspect from the white car that actually was known as the people who did the whole entire like hit and everything like that. And so now that they got him from one side, they got Gene Deal, who he says that he overheard the information about how P. Diddy was gonna send $1 million to the middleman Von Zip. Keefe confirmed the story by saying Von Zip was the guy who was supposed to bring him $1 million, and now he's gonna run off with that. Now 50 Cent, he's gonna get the justice, and he's helping Cassie reach the final settlement, because the 30 million wasn't enough. They had a lot more dirt, and they had a lot more stories on P. Diddy, and they weren't just going to let it slide for the 30 million. This is why he had to sell off Sean John. He had to step down from Revolt. He had to sell Bad Boys and basically step down from Ciroc. They kicked him off, and it's because Cassie was coming for more. She's gonna get another 10 to 20 million under the table because she could bring forward a whole nother allegation and accusation, and that could set this thing back for P. Diddy a long ways, man. If you really think about it, there's at least 10 victims that step forward. 50 Cent is working with each one of them to get the justice. Do you think Diddy deserves everything he's getting now? Because they're coming after $50 million. He's looking at 20 to 50 years behind bars, and so on and so forth. A lot of people are saying this is the karma. Diddy knew what he was doing. He was a grown man. He had millions and millions of dollars. He should have stopped when he was far ahead, but now he kept pushing it to the limit, thinking he won't get caught. And now you got everything coming down on him. So they think that P. Diddy deserves what he's getting because he treated people the wrong way, and now he's just getting a taste of his own medicine. And a lot of people, they feel sorry for Cassie and Kim Porter because they were innocent. They didn't really do anything. It wasn't anything about the East Coast, West Coast with them. It was just about the respect of treating people right and wrong, and Diddy just was treating them wrong. And 50 Cent and Mike Tyson called him out for it and said that whatever Diddy was doing, he was wrong for that because he should have left them alone. No one deserved for that to have that happen to. Kim Porter's family should be able to be with her and everything and enjoy every day, but that's not the case. And I want to send my condolences to Kim Porter, the family, Tupac, Biggie Smalls, the whole family, the mothers, the brothers from that, because a lot of people feel like they would have all came together and really been against Diddy and spoke about the things, and this is what Diddy was afraid of. He was scared of getting overthrown. He didn't want all the info to get out there. That's why he kept trying to hide the surveillance tapes. He tried to hide the footage, hide the tapes, make sure nobody speaks out. He was threatening a lot of people so that they wouldn't say anything that's coming out of the bad boys camp. Anybody that was around Diddy, they had to sign a lot of documentation saying they could never talk about what they were seeing. Anytime they went to them parties, they had to sign out the NDAs and everything like that. This is why only a few people have been able to come forward and speak out, because the NDAs expired. Either that or something dramatic had happened to them to where they're coming after P. Diddy after all these years, knowing that he's going to get taken down for the Tupac and Biggie. So they only have a limited amount of time to come forward with the accusations and the allegations. That's why all the victims, they stepped forward and said what they said at the same time, basically, because it only has a small window of opportunity for them to be able to get this settlement in before Diddy gets thrown in the can for the Tupac case and for the Biggie case, because they're about to solve that. Those are straight very important historical hip hop, and just the whole country is going to be watching those trials because they're going to want to see, and they've been trying to figure out who's the
90% of individuals that come to our advanced masterclasses invest in at least one tax lien within 2
person that did this to Tupac and Biggie. Those are still unsolved. The families need answers, and now that they got Keefe on their side, he's gonna tell them exactly how P. Diddy set the whole thing up, who he had involved in it, how much money he paid for the Biggie thing. They already know he paid $1 million for Tupac, so they're thinking he must have paid $1 million for the Biggie. They're actually speaking with everybody right now, and 50 Cent is putting together the movie and the documentary. He interviewed every single one of the people who spoke out against Diddy and said that something had happened to them. He spoke to the witnesses of the situation tied back to the Tupac and Biggie. He spoke with the people who was in the car with Diddy, Gene Deal. He sat down with everybody. This is why 50 Cent and Gene Deal are going to come out with the whole entire script to the whole documentary movie, showing how surviving P. Diddy was a thing, because a lot of people were either trying to get away from him, or a lot of people were trying to undo the wrongs that he must have did, or he must have got them to where they couldn't make the connections no more. P. Diddy made the phone call and had them get kicked out because he knew for a fact that they were gonna actually end up telling it all in the full story of what was happening inside his own, with Cassie, what was happening with Jennifer Lopez. This is why J-Lo left so quick. J-Lo knows a lot about the situation, and she knows so much that she's even afraid to come forward and speak it out. She doesn't want to have to deal with it. But 50 Cent, he's going to be able to make J-Lo speak. When the feds come and they ask J-Lo to take the stand, she might end up taking the stand with Gene Deal and Keefe D to go and testify against P. Diddy, because Gene Deal, Keefe D, and Jennifer Lopez was the main people who knew the most about what was really going on, because they were close to P. Diddy at the time. They had his phone numbers. That's why they went and got the text messages. That's why Cassie turned in her old Blackberries and her old T-Mobile sidekicks that had the pictures, the evidence, the voice recordings, and the text messages going back and forth of Diddy trying to basically keep her like locked away and hidden and everything like that. He wasn't giving her no freedom. He wasn't letting her go roam out and walk around the area or nothing like that. And the thing is that this is a sad situation, because the community knows that they let Diddy go way too far without checking him. There was no rules and regulations to what the people were doing. Like the fact that everybody thought that P. Diddy was this cool guy dancing in the music videos, but all of a sudden, it turns out years later, we find out that he has something to do with Tupac. He has something to do with Biggie, Kim Porter. They're even saying Heavy D and Craig Mack, man, R.I.P. But then now they know about the Cassie situation. They know about the situation with all the other exes and the females and everything, that it went wrong with Diddy. And now finally the justice is coming out. Everybody knows that what happens in the dark is finally going to come to light.